Oh, woe is me. We are going to have a look at a Donkey Kong clone on the Spectrum by the name of Krazy Kong, published by CTech in 82-83. Spectrum Computing says 82, but I'm not really sure about that. And it was one of my viewers, Super Earther, that said, it's hard to find a game worse than Krazy Kong. And he made that comment on the Spectrum jailbreak video. So I thought, I'm just going to have to find out. Is this worse than Jailbreak? Probably. We'll soon find out. And this game, together with some other CTech software, was quite extensively advertised in various magazines in 83-84. They had at least 3 different ads, and even one that kind of focused on the Donkey Kong game. And I gotta say, the illustration looks rather neat, so they really wanted to convince people that this was the thing you should get if you are into Donkey Kong. And I also have to give some points to the person who made the cover artwork. I'm betting it's a lot better than the game, and it looks pretty cool. And just for comparison's sake, here's a look at the arcade original Donkey Kong, published by Nintendo in 1981. And this game was, of course, a huge success in the arcades all over the world. And it was produced by Gunpei Yokoi and designed by Shigeru Miyamoto. But interestingly enough, the game wasn't actually developed and manufactured by Nintendo themselves. Instead, it was a company called Ikegami, who also produced professional broadcast equipment. And for a while in the early 80s, they actually made a couple of arcade games, including Donkey Kong and Saxon, I believe, and a few others. And they actually helped Nintendo with both the development and, I think, manufacturing of the arcade cabinet, if I understood it correctly. But as you can see, Donkey Kong looks pretty cool even today. So let's just compare it with Krazy Kong on the Spectrum. And there's at least one more Krazy Kong game on the Spectrum, but I think this one is probably the worst. But hey, who knows? We'll find out soon enough. Let's just dive in before I change my mind. And there's actually 2 versions of the game, and I'm going to be checking out both of them. But we're going to start with the initial release, and we get this weird stop your cassette, turn on caps lock. We have to turn on caps lock ourselves? That really isn't a good sign. But hey, let's press enter. Get some more loading, stop the cassette, and again we have a basic prompt, so we can actually break into the game if we want to here. But let's just press enter, and we get to enjoy seeing the screen being drawn, and here's Krazy Kong doing some walk farting, I think, and showing off his amazing chest with his big muscle-filled breasts. Looks more like a pair of IKEA drawers, to be honest, but hey, what do I know? Maybe bodybuilding is all about those 90-degree angles, right? And to start the stupid game, we have to press R. And here we are. Here's Mario, or a chess piece. And as you can see, I think I start with 10 lives, and as these barrels and explosions touch me, I just lose a life. Without any sound, I just lose a life, and then boom, I'm dead. But I still score 170 points. Great. So let's just try this again. And the keys to this game are a bit of a mystery. It's Z and C allows you to go left and right, S jumps, and A and D jumps diagonally left and diagonally right. I mean, what? What kind of useless drugs were they on when they came up with these controls? And you can't use a joystick, not as far as I know anyway. But let's press R and try and go up. I think we need to, okay, press jump to get, and then we get sent back because this is arcade perfect, this thing. Please get up there. Oh, this is so bloody awful already. I mean, look at this. And the controls are just horrible. Let me just see if I can break the game. No, I can't. So I think this is machine code. But let's try again, and I'm going to try and have my fingers ready here. And if I hold a button, nothing happens sometimes. Sometimes it repeats, other times it doesn't. It's just an absolute mystery. And sometimes there is a long pause before I get any response whatsoever. This is terrible. I think I'm going to have to smash the keys to get anywhere, because if I hold them, I most of the time don't move an inch. God. Let's get up there. And I can jump, I suppose. Come on, move! Move! Oh, Jesus wept. There's no response from the bloody keys. I'm pressing S here, which is supposedly jump, and absolutely nothing happens. You know what? Maybe this version is a bit bugged because I think the other version has some improvements. Let's try the other version. Maybe that is a little less shite. And we have a similar prompt again, but this time we don't have to manually enable caps lock, and we even get some instructions. Amazing! And there's apparently 2 versions of Krazy Kong on the tape. First one is the 48K version, and then there's a 16K version, which apparently doesn't have any scoring. And also, the 16K version is 3 times as fast as the 48K version. Now, let me just tell you, that's not good. We're gonna have a look at that soon enough, but yeah. And you actually need to type what version you want. You have to use capitals, of course, but let's go with the 48K version because it's a good idea, trust me. And there's a warning there that I can't read. There's no time. I'm using a div MMC future. Maybe I'll freeze it so you can enjoy reading that sign, whatever it says. Maybe something along the lines of just stop the tape, don't finish loading this garbage. And we can just enjoy Krazy Kong doing his walk farting again. And no, we can't skip this. This is what we get instead of a loading screen. I don't understand. And is it just me, or does Donkey Kong or Krazy Kong or whatever look like a bull or a cow instead of a donkey? And the game just starts, which is kind of interesting. And the keys still don't repeat. But yeah, we press S when we want to jump up and grab a ladder and climb up. So I suppose I'm just misremembering here. But man, this is poo in 0G. Poo in orbit. This is absolutely awful. This is definitely one of the worst games I have played on the Spectrum, or maybe in general. Yeah, it's terrible. Okay, let's just do our best here to try and jump. We can't just use the jump. No, not quite. And sometimes the barrels just go straight through me for some reason. But I think they have moved the ladders a bit, maybe, because you can just jump instead of walking forward, which is, trust me, much better. And if you have a look, when I press a button, everything slows down. And I mean everything slows down. All the barrels, all the explosions just kind of stop, which makes it a bit tricky. Timing shit. We also get graphical leftovers every now and then because that's just life. Oh, god damn it. I'm not sure what hit me there, but who cares? This is so annoying. Right now I'm having both my hands here, using both my hands to try and get this done. Because this is just dumb. And I swear to God, I cannot move properly with the direction keys. Nothing happens most of the time. It's just unbelievably bad. And supposedly there's a grand total of 3 screens on this game, in this game. Why? I don't know. I don't think you're ever going to get to see the other 2. And of course, why would you want to? And even the jump buttons, the jump diagonally, doesn't quite work all the time. Sometimes nothing happens when you press the button. Please jump! Oh! And there's no response. I pressed the jump bastard button and nothing happens. But at least I got 481 points. Hey! Oh joy. And here we have the 16K version. No scoring. Much faster, and you don't even get to see how many lives that are left. Wow, that is horrible, right? I mean, look at this. How the hell are you supposed to be able to, in any way, shape or form, get anywhere? And also, where's my girlfriend that I'm supposed to save? And I can actually catch up with the barrels. That's pretty interesting, right? Let's try this again because I don't know why. And why? Oh, balls or barrels or whatever. Oh, almost. I pressed up, but no response. Okay, that kind of worked. And then I just get stuck. Nothing happens when I'm pressing the buttons. I mean, nothing. And again, I can't move. And I'm pressing up and nothing happens. Why? This is just so fundamentally awful. And again, I'm pushing up and there's no response. And you've got to love the jumping animation. It is truly magnificent, right? Wait, what? Did I just change screen and nothing happened? I think I did. I got to screen 2 and... yeah, I just go back down. So much for 3 screens, right? Wow, that is absolute garbage on fire in orbit around Saturn. God! Q&A was just an unknown concept here. No one bothered to test this, and I think, yeah, this is the 2nd edition of the game. They just didn't care. I bet there aren't a 2nd and a 3rd screen. They just made that up because they know no one is ever gonna get that far. Wow. Yeah. I'm speechless almost. Let's just head over to the review section before my brain just fall out of my ear and break my couch. And not surprisingly, Crash wasn't particularly impressed, and they actually were reviewing some other Kong games at the time, so yeah, they wrote, unfortunately not a good version, not even a good game. Loading errors seem frequent, and when you get there, the graphics and animation are almost non-existent. The inlay claims 3 screens, but only 2 are available due to a bug in the program, which keeps returning you to screen 1 when you finish screen 2. Not recommended. And yeah, I couldn't even find screen 2. I'm not sure what was going on there because I was supposed to have reached screen 3, but nope, didn't happen. And this was early days when it came to reviewing Spectrum games, so Crash didn't award the game a score or rating, nor did ZX Computing when they reviewed it, but they did write, being written in machine code means that the action is pretty fast, though jerky and a little crude. A little? Yeah, I think that is debatable. And some of the controls are a little too sensitive. What? I mean, they were non-responsive for me. I'm not sure what's going on here. And I did play it on a real Spectrum. But apart from that, it is a good, fun game, which can be played for hours. Well, no. What are they talking about? Are they drunk or something? This is absolute crazy arse. This is definitely worse than Jailbreak. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this peek at whatever this was, and hope to catch you next time. Cheers!